everyone. You're watching Eagle News America. I'm Thomas I. Likeness, broadcasting from our studio in Edmonton, Canada. It's Monday, February the 8th, 2021, Tuesday morning in the Philippines. In the news, we have updates from several of our correspondents from across North America. Eliza Gonzalez-Manglicmot in Washington, D.C.
Vaccination appointments are now open for DC child care providers and charter school teachers.
Arlene Ocampo in Fort Washington, Maryland.
Mass vaccination sites open in Maryland.
Mayan Manzano Gerzon in Sicklerville, New Jersey.
31 cases of COVID variant found in New Jersey.
Lori Jarvina in Las Vegas, Nevada reports on the city's celebration for Black History Month, as well as pop-up vaccination clinics. Anita Manawis in Dallas, Texas has several stories for us. One of them, an unusual honor for the late President George Bush Sr. Michael Hudson in Seattle reports about Tom Brady winning his 7th Super Bowl ring, the most in NFL history. Oh, plus tonight's roundtable. I love this one. It's National Pizza Day. We'll be talking about, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. We'll be talking about crusts, sauces, toppings, you name it. Our coverage begins now. Well, pretty much most of the Northern Hemisphere is in a deep freeze. We start in the United States, where a bitter Arctic wind is blowing across much of the central part of the country. The northeastern United States was hit by another big snowstorm, the second in a week. In other parts of the country, temperatures in some regions are 40 degrees below normal. In some spots, though, the wind chills dipped to minus 30. Along the Great Lakes and throughout the Midwest, temperatures were mostly in the single digits. Winds and snowfall created blizzard conditions. In Iowa, several people injured in a 40-vehicle pileup on Interstate 80 near Des Moines. And up here in Canada, frigid temperatures. They prevailed on the western prairies with wind chills in some areas reaching minus 49s. Scenes like you see now were quite common. The cold took its toll on vehicle batteries, leaving cars and trucks stalled. Mechanics kept busy trying to get frozen vehicles going. And for the homeless, trying to find a warm place to wait out the cold is a challenge. Social service agencies scrambling to make sure these folks have a place to stay and something to eat. Central and Atlantic Canada, a bit warmer, temperatures ranging from minus 7 to 0 Celsius. In Europe, the Netherlands and part of Germany was blanketed by a snowstorm. The storm disrupted planes, trains, and put some coronavirus testing on hold. Britain was also bracing for heavy snow from what the Dutch meteorologists are calling Storm Darcy. That storm's packing winds of up to 90 kilometers an hour. That's 55 miles an hour, and temperatures dropping as low as minus 5 degrees Celsius or 23 Fahrenheit. We go to the medical file now. We've heard the AstraZeneca vaccine may not be as effective against the South African variant as others. At a trial in South Africa University, it was concluded the vaccine provided only minimal protection against mild to moderate COVID-19 caused by that variant. But the World Health Organization's telling us it's too soon to write off the AstraZeneca inoculant. WHO Chief Scientist Soumya Swaminathan says you've got to put that study into context.
We mustn't start, concluding that this vaccine doesn't work at all. What we've seen is data from a small study. It's indicative. It is telling us we need to collect more data, we need to study it more. But from all the available evidence, the AZ vaccine and all the other vaccines that have been approved so far reduce death, reduce hospitalization, and reduce severe disease. And that's our goal for the first part of this pandemic, is to reduce mortality, to end all preventable deaths.
The AstraZeneca vaccine is currently part of a vital part, it is a vital part, I should say, of COVAX. That organization was set up to ensure equitable distribution of vaccines around the world. Now, the AstraZeneca accounts for almost 337 million doses that COVAX is preparing to begin shipping to some 145 countries. Richard Hatchett of the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness says this vaccine is vital.
Vastly too early to, be dismissing this vaccine as this is a very important part of the global response to the current pandemic, and we need to find better vaccines probably against the variants that are emerging, but that we still have a lot of information that we need to gather.
AstraZeneca says researchers are already working to update the vaccine to deal with that South African variant. We hear a lot of stories about vaccines, a lot of them bunk, misinformation, and these tales spread like the virus does on social media. Facebook says it's wrapping up efforts to weed out the lies and erroneous claims about the virus and vaccines in general. It started removing claims that it is safer to get the virus than to take the vaccine, as well as those old claims that you probably heard that vaccines are toxic and cause autism. Critics aren't convinced, though. The Center for Countering Digital Hate says, every time Facebook makes these announcements, it fails to back them up with actions. President Joe Biden hoping people don't fall for those myths about vaccines. The president today on a virtual tour of the first 24/7 vaccine site in Arizona. That's where they'll be jabbing people's arms around the clock. Biden says he's optimistic the majority of America's population can be immunized before the summer.
And this is the kind of partnership between the federal and state governments that I think in the private sector would help us vaccinate more people more quickly and to get ahead of this virus instead of behind it. And we're optimistic that we'll have enough of the vaccine in the pipeline to be able to provide shots for including double shots for over 300 million people before we get through the summer. At least that's our hope.
State officials expect to administer up to 12,000 doses a day at that site. Let's look at the COVID-19 numbers now. These are provided, of course, by the Corona Resource Center of Johns Hopkins University in Medicine. As of 6 o'clock Eastern Time today, the number of cases of COVID-19 reported worldwide now more than 106,404,000. Top three on the list of countries with recorded cases: the United States, 27 million, India, 10 million, Brazil, 9 million. And sadly, more than 2,322,000 people have succumbed worldwide to this virus. The top three countries with the most number of COVID-19 related deaths: the United States, more than 464,000, Brazil, more than 231,000, and Mexico, more than 166,000. It's the eve of Donald Trump's second impeachment trial. In documents filed by Democratic prosecutors today, they say Trump committed the most grievous constitutional crime of any U.S. president when he incited supporters to storm the Capitol last month. They also rejected suggestions by the president's lawyers that the case be dismissed. The Democratic managers say there's overwhelming evidence of impeachable high crimes and misdemeanors. Meanwhile, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says President Joe Biden's not going to be glued to the TV to watch the impeachment trial. Psaki says, well, Biden has better things to do.
I think it's clear from his schedule and from his intention, he will not spend too much time watching the proceedings of any time over the course of this week.
100 senators begin hearing evidence tomorrow. Still to come, we've got reports from Washington, D.C., Fort Washington, Maryland, and Sicklerville, New Jersey. Eagle News America continues.
Aquino here at Hatley Castle, one of the filming locations for the X-Men series. Don't forget to tune in to Digital Nest only on Net 25.
Events happen around us all the time, in our community, in our country, around the world. Events that affect people, move communities, or simply inspire us. Interesting events that people need to know. In these interesting times, we continue to be a competent partner in delivering news about these events. Fast, accurate, balanced. Eagle News, because we live in interesting times.
You're watching Eagle News America. I'm Thomas I. Likeness. Well, child care providers and charter school teachers in Washington, D.C. can now get appointments to be immunized against COVID-19. Eliza Gonzalez-Manglik-Mott joins us live now to tell us more. This must be good news for those folks, Eliza.
Definitely, Tom. Definitely good news. Good Monday evening to you and a good Tuesday morning to our friends on the other side of the globe. Now, the District of Columbia takes another step in achieving its goal of vaccinating all of its residents against COVID-19. DC Mayor Muriel Bowser and DC Health, and the Office of the State Superintendent of Education, or the OSSE, say vaccination appointments will be available for people working in licensed childcare providers or an independent or charter school located within the district. The appointments are open Mondays at noon and then again at 7 in the evening. Appointments can be made through the One Medical portal, which staff are able to access through an email sent from OSSE to eligible workers. To date, One Medical has already vaccinated 2,000 childcare and school staff. In other vaccination developments, DC Health launched the Faith in the Vaccine initiative. This is a pilot initiative with DC's faith-based community. Now, part of this initiative is to work with churches in spreading information about COVID vaccination, emphasizing the vaccine's safety and effectiveness, because DC Health will partner with local churches to host vaccine clinics. Now, during these clinics, several hundred people are expected to get vaccinated. People interested in attending these clinics will need to pre-register since walk-up appointments will not be available. Now for some weather update, 34 degrees Fahrenheit or 1 degree Celsius in the nation's capital. In Washington, Eliza Gonzalez-Manglik-Mott, Eagle News. We live in interesting times. Back to you, Thomas.
You're just basking in the warmth there. 1 degree Celsius. I wish it was one degree Celsius here. I just checked the temperature before we went on the air. It's minus 24, I believe, here with a minus 36 degree wind chill. So, yeah.
I'm not complaining, Tom. I'm not.
Okay, let's get back to the vaccines, though. Who's already eligible to receive those vaccines there in Washington?
Well, Thomas, in addition to what we have just reported, the following populations are already receiving the vaccine here in the district. Individuals who work in healthcare settings, members of the Fire and Emergency Medical Services Department, residents of long-term and intermediate care facilities, and residents of community residential facilities or group homes. Also, DC residents who are 65 years old and older, individuals experiencing homelessness, members of the Metropolitan Police Department, continuity of district government personnel, teachers and staff who are or will be working in person at a traditional or public charter school, and Department of Corrections employees and residents. Now for some vaccination data, as of February 6th, vaccine delivered are at 94,100, administered are at 67,888. That's 71.9% of vaccines available. And additional doses expected to be administered throughout the week is at 11,475. Thomas?
I understand there's more good news out of your neck of the woods today. Can you update us?
Yes, Thomas, the mayor of the district, Mayor Muriel Bowser, just announced that the district has distributed $13 million from rental assistance programs to housing providers. And also an announcement was made that additional resources are now available for tenants. Plus, Mayor Bowser also announced today $11 million in investment to improve the district's unemployment insurance system and deliver additional of benefits. The details about those in tomorrow's episode, so stay tuned. Thomas?
That sounds like some much needed help, Eliza. Thank you for your report, and you take care.
You too. See you later.
Mass vaccination sites have opened in Maryland, and joining us live now to tell us about that, EBC's Arlene Ocampo. Good evening, Arlene.
Good evening. Thank you, Thomas. The first two mass vaccination sites opened here in Maryland on Friday, the Baltimore Convention Center in Baltimore and Six Flags America here in Prince George's County. The Baltimore Convention Center site is partnered with Johns Hopkins Medicine and the University of Maryland Medical System. For an appointment at this location, please visit www.umms.org/BCC vaccine. At the Six Flags location, they are partnered with Kaiser Permanente, the Maryland National Guard, and the Maryland Department of Health. The state managed an initial support for appointments, which are actually booked through February 15. When additional appointments do become available, that information will be released. You can receive updates on appointments by texting MD Ready to 898-211. Maryland Governor Larry Hogan said, and I quote, "As we continue to expand Maryland's network of vaccination sites, we remain strongly committed to fair and equitable access for communities in every corner of our state." There are other mass vaccination sites that are being finalized in Southern Maryland, Eastern Shore, and Western Maryland. The M&T Bank Stadium will open in mid-February as another site in Baltimore. Because there is such a high demand on the vaccine and limited supply, there may be significant wait times, and the state is asking everyone to please be patient. As of today, the state's positivity rate is at 5.67% and hospitalizations at 1,413. Sadly, there has been an increase of 23 deaths in the past 24 hours. Maryland is still at phase 1C of the vaccine rollout. Mass vaccination sites will be supplemented by county health departments, hospitals, and neighborhood pharmacies. You can view the list of providers on covidvax.maryland.gov. In Fort Washington, Maryland, Arlene Ocampo, Eagle News, we live in interesting times. Back to you, Thomas.
Arlene, there's a vaccination site, and I hope I've got the pronunciation of this right, in Timonium, Maryland. What are chances of that becoming a mass vaccination location?
Yeah, actually, that location, Governor Hogan visited that location this morning. It's the Maryland State Fairgrounds in Timonium, Maryland. They were open today just from 9 o'clock up until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They were giving second doses to about 2,000 plus Marylanders. And the governor was quite impressed with the layout and the flow of how everything was going. And he actually called it a mass vaccination site. It's just without the vaccines that are needed to continue to help our Marylanders. So once more vaccines are readily available, Governor Hogan is definitely agreeable to have the Maryland State Fairgrounds as a mass vaccination site. Thomas?
Hopefully those doses arrive soon and we can get them into people's arms. Thank you for joining us this evening. And stick around. We'll be talking about pizza at the end of the program. Thanks, Arlene.
Thank you, Thomas.
There have been 31 cases of the COVID variant found in New Jersey. Eagle News correspondent Mayan Manzano-Gerzon is standing by in Sicklerville, New Jersey, to tell us more. Thank you for joining us, Mayan.
Thank you, Thomas. In a report released by NG.com, the number of new cases of the highly contagious variant of the coronavirus that was first discovered in the United Kingdom continues to be on the rise in New Jersey. According to the Department of Health, Commissioner Judy Percy Kelly, there has been a total of 31 cases in 11 counties identified in New Jersey so far. Take a look.
There are of 31 reports of the B117 variant, otherwise known as the UK variant. 3 of the individuals had a known travel history. Atlantic County has reported 1, the Burlington 4, Essex 4, Hudson 1, Mercer 1, Middlesex 2, Monmouth 2, Morris 2, Ocean 12 cases, Passaic 1, and Warren 1. At the state veterans homes, there are no new cases among residents, and at the state psychiatric hospitals, no new cases among patients.
At least one death has been attributed to the new variant, and 3 of the cases involve people with recent travel. New Jersey health officials on Monday reported another 2,218 confirmed cases of the coronavirus and 25 additional deaths as the state surpassed 1 million vaccine doses administered. The confirmed cases, however, were likely lower due to a delayed report from a lab that will be included in Tuesday's update. It is unclear how frequently positive test results are screened for variants in the state. And for a quick weather update, Thomas, it is currently 9:03 in the evening here in New Jersey, and it's currently clear. It is 19 degrees Fahrenheit or -7 degrees Celsius. In Sicklerville, New Jersey, May and Manzano Garzon, Eagle News, we live in interesting times. Back to you, Thomas.
I'd even take -7. Anyway, does this COVID variant affect the efficacy of the vaccine? Is the vaccine as effective against it?
Well, Thomas, there is actually no official answer to that yet, but New Jersey health officials have said that they don't think the variant will limit the effectiveness of the vaccines for the virus, Thomas.
And I understand they're also able to engineer these fairly easily. At least they don't have to start from scratch when they're dealing with the variant like traditional vaccines. So hopefully that isn't going to be too much bad news as far as the variants. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be talking to you later in the program, Mayan. Up next, we have stories from Las Vegas, Nevada, and Dallas, Texas. This is Eagle News America.
Tuloy-tuloy ang saya sa 2021 dahil hatid ng Net25 para sa inyo ang pinakabagong game show na talaga namang mapapakanta ka sa sarap. It's singing time na! Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. Dito lang yan sa Net25.
It's singing time!
Innovation, digital disruption, globalization. Startups, micro, small, and medium enterprises, as well as large corporations, all face interesting challenges in the market today. Peek into the world of exciting opportunities and partnerships to drive growth with the latest business news and information. We are open for business. Join the conversations to create a more vibrant environment for entrepreneurship. Catch Open for Business every Saturday from 5 to 6 p.m. Open for Business, from vision to action.
You're watching Eagle News America. I'm Thomas I. Likeness. We go to Las Vegas now, where EBC's Lori Jarvina brings us 2 stories: the city's Black History Month celebrations and pop-up vaccination clinics.
Hello to all our viewers. The city of Las Vegas, Nevada invites the community to celebrate Black History Month with a variety of events in February. Most of this year's events will be virtual, and those that are not will follow all safety guidelines, including social distancing and wearing of face coverings. One of the events taking place at the Las Vegas City Hall Chambers Gallery is the African American Heritage Exhibition, going on now through April 14th. Through the artists who are highlighted in the exhibition, through various murals prominent in the community, and through other events such as the Las Vegas My Brother's Keeper Alliance 5th Annual Conference, school and community empowerment strategies for engaging youth, men of color, and Strong Start Go Mobile Pre-K Academy Black History Month activities, it is evident that Las Vegas is proud to remember and educate the public on African American history. As a follow-up on COVID-19 vaccines, I'm happy to share that paramedics of North Las Vegas recently visited the residents at Owens Senior Apartments and Rose Garden Senior Apartments, where this past Saturday, they administered 120 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. These are areas that have consistently recorded some of the highest COVID-19 case counts since the onset of the pandemic. The city of North Las Vegas will continue to host pop-up vaccination clinics in the most impacted neighborhoods. To date, the city has administered approximately 12,500 first doses, and this past week, the city began administering second dose shots. In Las Vegas, Nevada, Lori Jarvina, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Well, an unusual honor for the country's 41st president, as well as an update on the Texas state budget and the state's vaccination rollout. We get details on all those stories from Eagle News correspondent Nanita Manawis.
Howdy from the Lone Star State. On Friday, Texas Governor Greg Abbott introduced his budget for the 2022-2023 biennium, and he stated, "I truly believe that Texas will be able to meet its needs and serve the taxpayers and residents of our state during this biennium and beyond." One of the highlights of the governor's budget is to ensure Texans have access to COVID-19 vaccines and monoclonal antibody therapeutics, and those who have pre-existing conditions will be given healthcare access. Overall, the governor's budget ensures the state of Texas continues to build on the critical progress made in public school finance, property tax reform, disaster preparedness, school safety, and numerous other achievements of previous legislatures. Governor Abbott stated, "We must also look toward the future as our economy moves beyond the pandemic. We will take action so the state can remain a model for the rest of the nation by providing for a healthier, safer, freer, and more prosperous Texas." Meanwhile, during its weekly update on Friday, the Texas Department of State Health Services, or DSHS, announced Texas will receive 401,750 doses of COVID-19 vaccine on the week of February 8, and this will be distributed to 358 providers in 135 counties. DSHS is also encouraging providers to accommodate recipients aged 75 and older who remain at the highest risk of severe diseases, hospitalization, and death from COVID-19. In addition, the state is ordering 330,925 second doses for people who already received the first vaccine a few weeks ago. As of February 7, there are 5,278 new confirmed cases recorded across the state, bringing the total recorded COVID-19 cases to 2,160,098, of which 2,091,110 recoveries and 38,643 fatalities. DSHS announced that Texas providers have administered nearly 2.9 million doses of vaccine. More than 2.2 million people have received at least one dose, and nearly 670,000 have been fully vaccinated. In other news, Texas A&M University System posted on Twitter Thursday that the historic Union Pacific train number 4141 will be arriving this spring to College Station, Texas, to make its final resting place at the George Bush Presidential Library and Museum. The Texas A&M System Board of Regents is donating 2 acres to expand the grounds of the museum. Chancellor John Sharp, Texas A&M, is proud to host these icons of the Bush presidency, stating, "We do everything we can to keep alive the memory and accomplishments of this wonderful president and public servant." The locomotive 4141 was custom painted to incorporate the iconic colors and elements of the Air Force One used by President George Herbert Walker Bush, the 41st President of the United States. the 41-41 carried President Bush to his final resting place in College Station, Texas. Meanwhile, hope you are staying safe and healthy in your part of the country. In Dallas, Texas, I'm Renita Manawis, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Well, it was a big day for Tom Brady as he led the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a Super Bowl victory yesterday. And he's got to be running out of fingers for those Super Bowl rings. Yesterday's win gave him his 7th. EBC's Michael Hudson has more on that story.
Thanks a lot. So last night was Super Bowl 55 in Tampa Bay, Florida, and it was a game that shocked many across the world, with many football experts around the country heavily favoring the Kansas City Chiefs, who boasted a 14-2 regular season record. They were unable to score a touchdown as Tom Brady led the Tampa Bay Bucks to a 31-9 victory. This win gave Tom his 7th Super Bowl ring, which has catapulted him to have the most Super Bowl wins in the history of any player, as well as any NFL franchise. The game started out a bit slow, with each team going 3 and out, but Tampa Bay's defense was stifling, forcing the Kansas City Chiefs superstar QB Patrick Mahomes to run out of the pocket numerous times, forcing him to throw a lot of unbalanced throws. This was the very first time Mahomes has never scored a single touchdown in a game in his entire NFL career, which is 4 years. Tom Brady finished with 3 touchdowns, 200 yards passing, and also won the game's most valuable player, making it his 5th one in his already decorated career. The Tampa Bay defense also played on an MVP level last night, sacking Patrick Mahomes twice while pressuring him a Super Bowl record 29 times out of the total 66 dropbacks that he had in the entire game. Now, the offseason starts, and Tom Brady already stated in his interview that he'll be coming back to try and go for back-to-back Super Bowls, a feat that has not been accomplished since the 2003-2004 season when, yes, Tom Brady and his old team, the New England Patriots, did it. Even at age 43, he's still on top of the NFL world. Michael Hudson reporting, Eagle News. We live in interesting times. Back to you.
Up next, our virtual roundtable discussion. It's National Pizza Day. Wait a minute. Is that the doorbell I hear ring? I think my pie has arrived. You're watching Eagle News America. I'm going to go get that.
Tingnan na lang natin kung sino ang mapipili ngayon.
Yung connection between a performer sa audience.
Ang pinapangarap nilang 2 million pesos. Kaya naman, tutok na sa mas intense na kantahan dito sa biggest talent competition on Philippine TV and online. Ito po ang Bagay Sinagaling Part 2 Singing Edition.
Factual.
We have to defeat the virus everywhere.
Timely information. Balanced, not only in the country, but also abroad.
I'm certain of one thing.
Interviews that people need to know. Watch Aguila Pilipinas. A 1-hour newscast of reports coming from regional hubs in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Know the important updates in Asia in ASEAN in Focus. Track the latest stories in the provinces in Aguila Provincia. Tune into Mata ng Aguila, the evening primetime news program of Net25. Balanced and objective, Mata ng Aguila covers national and international issues, tackles news on business, health, science, and technology, entertainment, sports and human interest features, and current events. And Eagle News International
On
delivers the
tonight's
latest
headlines.
global reports, impartial, accessible, and up-to-date. It brings to fore EBC's rich international scope and access to valuable information streams.
Well, thank you to claims our health outdoor
Catch these programs on Net25. You can also watch our news programs through eaglenews.ph and Eagle News Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Happy Peeps! Make it a habit to watch Happy Time from Monday to Friday at 12 noon only here on Net25.
Happy time, happy time.
Kuya John, bored na po ako mag-judge. Kailangan ko lang, Kuya John, hanapin yung sarili ko
Pero, teka, ano ba problema?
Hindi ako dapat dito.
Isang ka ba dapat?
Basta, dito gusto ko Mas masarap pa rin makipaglaro sa mga bata.
Hindi kayo nang kapadyan, talo ka na mag-isa.
Magtrabaho ka nga. Yes! Susunod na naman ang masarap na kaingan. Susunod na naman ang masama... Ano daw?
Because you've asked for more, we're giving you more. It's time to have fun tuwing hapunan dahil regular nating makakasalo ang bouncing baby wonder na si Boopsie Wonderland sa It's Singing Time. From Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. only on Net25.
In good shape. Isn't that how we'd all like to be? But how can you be truly fit? And how can you stay truly healthy right up into your golden years? And truly have fun while doing it.
In good shape.
This is Eagle News America. I'm Thomas I. Likeness. Well, as I said before our break there, it's National Pizza Day, and I know how I like mine, and we wanted to find out how others across North and Central America like theirs. And as we can see in this montage, there's just a whole lot of variety.
I like my pizza with Philly cheesesteak because it's the best.
I like my pizza Hawaiian style with Canadian bacon and pineapple because it tastes good.
My favorite pizza is pepperoni pizza because I like spicy stuff.
My favorite pizza is pepperoni because I like pepperoni.
Hi, the kind of pizza that I love has lots of cheese like mozzarella, ricotta, and the other toppings that I love are chicken, mushroom, and arugula because there's so much flavor.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Reynolds, and I love pepperoni pizza because pepperoni pizza is just a simple, classic, and delicious food. It's a great feel-good food. I just love pepperoni pizza. It's also really nice and spicy and just awesome.
Hi, my name is Jen from Killeen, Texas, and my favorite type of pizza is the Chicago deep dish because of when you're hungry and you want all that meat, vegetable, and cheese, it's so good. And when I'm feeling healthy, I like those thin crust pizza with simple cheese and spinach. That's it. Thin crust. But when I'm starving, Chicago deep dish. Happy National Pizza Day.
Hi, my name is Ruth. I'm from Corpus Christi, Texas, and my favorite pizza right now is cauliflower crust with some red sauce and then some big chunks of pineapple on the top. I eat gluten-free, dairy-free, but I love sweets, and so for me this is a healthy way to be able to enjoy all of those things together. Thank you.
I'm Dylan, and my favorite pizza is cheese pizza. It is my favorite because I don't like
vegetables or meat in my pizza.
Hi, my name is Gary. I'm from Corpus Christi, Texas, and one of my favorite pizzas is the bacon cheeseburger pizza. It has bacon, hamburger, and pickles with a ketchup sauce. It's great.
My favorite pizza is sausage pizza because I really like sausage and not vegetables on my pizza.
My favorite kind of pizza is cheese, but it has to have buffalo chicken on it, and the reason being is because I like spicy foods.
I love eating a nice thin crust, extra cheese, extra red sauce pizza. It allows me to think that I'm eating a mozzarella stick. So yes, I really enjoy a good extra cheese, extra sauce, thin crust pizza.
My favorite type of pizza is sausage pizza because I like the type of meat that comes with it. My favorite flavor of pizza is cheese because it's delicious. My favorite pizza is cauliflower pizza because it's crispy, cheesy, and healthy. My favorite pizza is the cheese pizza because it's super cheesy, so rich and delicious, and I am a cheese lover.
Hi, I'm Iris Ramirez and I live in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and my favorite pizza is pepperoni pizza because I really like pepperoni.
My name is Caroline Kay. I'm from Rockville, Maryland, and my favorite type of pizza is pineapple pizza. It's sweet and it's salty and it's really good. Thank you. Bye.
Hi, my name is Bella Brennan and I live in North Potomac, Maryland, and I really like pepperoni pizza because I like meat and pepperoni is a type of meat.
I love pizza with plenty of vegetables and cheese.
Hi, my name is Jessica from San Antonio, and my favorite pizza is Hawaiian pizza. I don't know why people don't like pineapples on their pizza, but the balance between sweet and salty, so good.
We love pepperoni pizza because it's the best. Right, Chewy?
My favorite pizza is just a classic pepperoni pizza because you can never go wrong with something as simple and delicious as pepperoni pizza.
I like 6 cheese pizza because I love cheese. Oh, this is Brady. Do you want to know my favorite kind of pizza? It's mozzarella pizza. Other than I like cheese, I'm a cheesy boy. Bye, thanks for watching.
I really love buffalo chicken pizza. I'm a buffalo wing person. I love my wings. So just combining it with pizza, that combination is just, it's amazing. It's magical. So good. So good.
My favorite pizza is the pepperoni pizza. I like it because I like the pepperoni toppings. I like vegetable pizza because it's healthy and very good. My favorite pizza is stuffed crust pizza because I don't usually eat the crust, but when there's cheese inside, I like it. My favorite pizza is cheese pizza because it's cheesy.
I'm really hungry now, but before I order that pizza, let's go around the virtual roundtable, find out what folks like and don't like on their pizza. I'll tell you right off the top, I like, my favorite was probably mushrooms, green pepper, and tomatoes. Love that if I'm having a thin crust one. If I'm having like a Chicago deep dish, just pile whatever you want on it and I'll eat it. But Arlene, what's your favorite type of pizza and what don't you like on a pizza?
I love pizza, but I'm actually allergic to a lot of the items that you put on pizza. I'm allergic to dairy products and tomatoes, but I'll eat it anyways. I'll just take the suffering. I like thin crust. I like cheesy crust. And for sauce, I like garlic parmesan. For toppings, I love the Hawaiian pizza. I love the vegetable pizza. I can do the whole meat lovers pizza. So I'm not really picky with the pizza. So if there is something that is on there that I really don't like at that moment, I'll just pluck it off. No big deal.
So just as long as it's pizza, you love it. Yes. Is there anything you would absolutely not want on a pizza?
Well, I've never tried the anchovies. I'll be honest with you.
Anchovies are okay. I like anchovies, but I understand most people don't. Eliza, what about you?
I really got hungry with those kids sharing their favorite ones. But Thomas, now that there are so many pizza places where you can actually create your own, here are my must-haves. It has to be whole wheat crust or cauliflower crust. Don't think it's weird, huh? I like it with Alfredo sauce. And with green peppers, mushrooms, pineapple, olives, arugula, blue cheese, and crushed red pepper. It has to have crushed red pepper and a drizzle of barbecue sauce. So it's kind of weird, but that's how I like it.
Thin or thick crust?
Thin. It's tastier to me.
What would you absolutely not want on a pizza?
Okay, don't laugh. Anything meat, I don't want. No sausage, no pepperoni, no ham, no anchovies, just mushrooms.
Just mushroom, not even chicken.
No, not even chicken.
Oh, okay. There's this big debate about who has the better pizza, Chicago, and you know, I began my career in the Chicago region, not in the city itself. So I'm kind of biased, I guess. Chicago versus New York pizza. First of all, do you all know the difference between the two?
I've only tried New York pizza, but Chicago not yet.
Yeah, in New York, the pizza, of course, is a very, very thin crust, and you can only get a few toppings on it. Now, you get that Chicago deep dish pizza, and it's usually in a rectangular pan, and it is deep. It is deep. And you can just pile that up with lots of room for vegetables, for meat, for cheese, for toppings, for sauce. I tell you, I have 2 pieces of that, and I'm full. It is really, really filling because of all of the stuff that you can put on it. But I love that deep dish pizza. So try it sometime. Make sure you got lots of folks around to split it with, because even a small one, you're going to have leftovers for several days. Any idea what day would you think people order pizza the most, and why?
I'll say Friday.
Not at all.
I'll say Friday as well.
No, that's not even on the list. No.
Oh, no. Sunday.
Sunday. You got it. Sunday. And probably because of all the sports on TV. I don't know. But
or they're winding down from the weekend.
Winding down from the weekend. I know the church I go to, pizza used to sort of be the snack we all went for. and of course, a lot of the activities we had were on a Sunday. So, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the Tuesday and Wednesday are the next most popular. Thursday, the least popular. One thing. What would you outlaw on pizza if you were president of the United States?
The square-sized ones. It's different. Pizza with edges.
You don't like that?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what I would, and I bet you I could win an election campaign on this. I can't run for the president of the U.S. because I wasn't born there. But the one thing I would outlaw, and it shouldn't even be allowed to be sold, is frozen pizza. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. Do y'all eat frozen pizza at all?
Very rarely.
Yeah.
The problem with it is we don't have pizza ovens at home. Although I know one emergency room doctor in Edmonton here, he built a brick pizza oven in his backyard. It's a wood fired thing, and I guess he uses it a lot in the summer. But you really need to make a good pizza. You really need those high temperatures, and you can't do it in your oven. And a pre-cooked pizza, no, that's just wrong.
Let me share one thing, Thomas.
Sure.
And I'm sure Arlene will agree with me. To me, pizza is a mommy saver.
It is.
Right, Arlene? Like, well, mommy and daddy saver. Evenings or lunch times when you have no time to prepare lunch or dinner. If you say pizza, everyone's happy.
Yeah, or you just go ahead with the homemade, just grab any type of bread around the house, throw whatever red sauce and whatever toppings, and that's pizza.
Remember Mila taught us how, like, you get this kind of bread and then you just put your pizzas, actually your spaghetti sauce, and then whatever toppings you want, and then just
throw it in the oven or toaster oven.
Yes, a toaster oven, and then you have instant pizza.
My wife does that with pita bread.
There you go. Yes, the pita bread.
And that works well, but that's not a frozen pizza.
It's not.
So I wouldn't excommunicate her from the house for that. They're actually quite good, but no, frozen pizza just doesn't cut it. I was, you said it was a mommy saver, a dad saver. Mm-hmm. It's also a boss saver. When I used to run a newsroom, we used to have a news meeting once a month with all of the staff. And we generally did it at 6 o'clock in the evening, and I realized people are on their own time, so I would con the radio station into buying pizza for all of us because it was quick. The staff enjoyed it, and they didn't complain about as much about having to stay for a meeting. I was kind of hoping the boss here might have shelled out, for a pizza for all of us, even though it's remote. I mean, we could have found a franchise that had locations in our respective cities, and
you know what, Thomas? During this pandemic, I think one of the most used food gifts. It's pizza. If you think of somebody you haven't seen in a long time because you can't, it's just a phone call away. You call a pizza place near their place, and then you just send a box or two, and it's instant. It's fast.
Yeah, I love it. I love it hot, and pretty much whatever you put on it, I'll eat it. One thing though, have you all tried a dessert pizza at all?
Oh, the sweet
What's
kind?
on that? What's on that?
I've never.
I think chocolate, and cinnamon, or yeah, I think cinnamon.
Something. I used to go to this pizza buffet for lunch, and by the time they got to the dessert pizza, unfortunately, I was full, so I never did try one. And again, I don't know whether it is something I would try. I'm just looking it up here. Dessert pizza, nothing really. But you're right. It had a lot of sweet stuff on it. But you can't beat it. Pizza back in the 1940s was virtually unheard of in North America. Gradually it caught on. It was initially just a cultural niche. I think sort of like what Philippine food is right now, at least in Canada. It's kind of a niche market, and gradually it expands where other people in the population try it. And that's what happened with pizza. I didn't have my first pizza until probably the late 60s up here in Canada. What about you guys?
I think I've been eating pizza since I was born. I don't know.
Yeah, it just wasn't a popular thing. It was always hamburgers and fried chicken when I grew up. Mind you, I'm old.
I just remember the pizzas at the bowling alleys. You know, my dad was military, so that was a big
okay.
thing.
Yeah. He'd have been exposed to a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Before we leave the topic, anybody else want to add anything about pizza?
I know what we're all having tomorrow.
I'm debating whether to, because it's only coming up on 8 o'clock in the evening here. I'm debating whether to order one now. But one comment I'd like to make: there's a group of people I would like to see get free pizza for life. You know who that is? I'm talking about the folks, of course, out on the front lines. So let's take time to salute them now. Wish we could send you a pizza, but we'll settle, I guess, for a round of applause for our healthcare workers, our first responders, our essential workers. All you folks out there, we appreciate you. That's today's Eagle News America. Thank you for joining us. I'm Thomas I. Likeness, and truly, we live in interesting times.